In today's video, we're going to show you how to replace the front window regulator on your Subaru Crosstrek. This is located inside the front door, behind the interior panel. Let's get started. Before removing the interior door panel, we're going to put the window halfway down. We have a small tab inside the handle of the door here. You can use a pick or a small flathead. You're going to pry that open to reach one of the Phillips head screws. There's another of the same type of tab in here. You can use your pick or flathead. We'll release that one as well. We'll remove our Phillips head screws using a number 2 Phillips head screwdriver. Next, we can come into the inner door handle and remove that Phillips head as well. Now to remove the door panel, there's some pop clips all along the back side. You can get in there with a trim tool or a flathead screwdriver and a rag. Once you get your first one popped out, start working your way around. Lift up on the door panel and pull out. To release the cables from the door panel, simply pull out that way. And then there's a small ball at the end of the cable. Turn that way, pull up. Same can be done with the bottom one. We're going to push in on the tab. It helps to push in on the connector as well at first before you start to pull out. Make sure you check your terminals for any corrosion or damage. And there we go. We'll set our door panel off to the side in a safe place. In order to gain access to our regulator, we're going to peel back the plastic wrapping just at the bottom to start. You want to be careful, try not to rip this. We'll remove this bracket using a Phillips head screwdriver. You can set that off to the side. With that, we can remove our plastic panel here. We can use a pry tool or a flathead screwdriver to remove each clip. We can remove the 2 10 mils holding in the glass. Now we need to support the window, so I'm going to use some painter's tape. Just come around the top here, pull your window up. You want to use a few pieces of tape. You don't want the window to fall while you're working. We can remove the 3 10mm bolts at the bottom of the regulator. Now in order to get to these 2 bolts, we're going to pull the plastic down just a little bit from the top up here. Again, be cautious not to tear this. Keep working the plastic off until you have enough of it loose that you can reach the bolt. To undo the electrical connector on the regulator, simply press in on the tab and pull off the connector. You'll want to check these terminals for any corrosion. These look good. Go ahead and pull the regulator out. Installing your new regulator, just the reverse order of removing the old one. We're going to come back in. Leaving the motor exposed so that we can plug in our electrical connector. You want to make sure you hear a click. You want to line up your bolt holes up top, and we can put our 10mm bolts in first. We'll get the top ones started in. We can start the bottom ones in as well. Now we can drop the window glass down onto the regulator. We'll hold the glass up while removing each piece of tape. Now we can slowly work the glass down to the regulator. And we can install our 10mm bolts into the glass. You want to make sure that the glass is centered before tightening these down. Each 10mm bolt for the regulator gets torqued to 5.5 foot-pounds. If you don't have a small enough torque wrench, just use your best ability and be cautious not to over-tighten them. Some of your plastic may have gotten folded over. Just unfold it and stick it back in its place. If any of your plastic clips came off of the shield, we're just going to pop it back in. You can line them up. We can reinstall our plastic liner, following the adhesive along, pressing it back onto where it came from. We can then put the bracket holding our wiring harness back. Before reinstalling our inner door panel, we're going to plug in our electrical connectors. Now we can reinstall our latch cables. Make sure these go back where they came from. To reinstall your inner door panel, place it above where it's going to go, up top. Make sure this seal is leaning against the glass. And press down. Now you're going to be following along the edge of the door, finding where each clip is, pushing in. Starting from the top, working your way down. We can reinstall our 2 Phillips head screws. You want to be very cautious not to strip out the heads or over tighten these. There's a small cover that go over each of the screws. One in there at your latch handle, and the other is in here at the door handle. Make sure both screw covers sit flat. When you've finished putting your regulator in, make sure you test the window. As long as it's functioning, you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.